What if I told you that you could borrow $20 million without any down payment? Yes, you heard that right. And would you believe if I say you can instantly buy and sell a house without going through the hectic week of advertising, securing funds, insurance, and closing? Or how about I tell you that you can create an entire insurance company with some code? By this point, I am sure it sounds crazy, but this is where the power of smart contracts come into the frame. With just a simple code, smart contracts can make all of these a reality. Before diving into the video, welcome to CryptoCube. Here, we break down several crypto-related topics and make it easier to learn. There will be no cutting corners, so get your notebook ready. And if you are new to this channel, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to get the latest news on exciting topics. Basically, a smart contract is just a piece of code. The contents of the buyer-seller agreement are inscribed in the code. Using Solidity, we can write many smart contracts on Ethereum networks. This piece of code running on the blockchain is executed if something else happens. They are self-executing contracts and make them hassle-free to use. Let's think about a situation where smart contracts are actually used. At the airport, Rachel is waiting for her delayed flight. The insurance provider, AXA, uses Ethereum smart contracts to offer flight delay insurance. In such a scenario, Rachel is compensated by this insurance. How? The database that tracks flight status is connected to the smart contract. The terms and conditions are used to create the smart contract. A delay of 2 hours or more must occur in order for the insurance policy to be in effect. The smart contract keeps AXA's funds until that particular condition is satisfied, according to the code. The smart contract is sent to the EMV nodes for review by the runtime compiler that executes the smart contract code. The code must produce the same output on every node in the network that is running it. The distributed ledger includes that outcome. The smart contract self-executes and pays Rachel if the flight is delayed for longer than 2 hours. Due to the immutability of smart contracts, no one may change the agreement. Let's break this down. The code can be as simple as, if you give me 10 Ethereum, I will give you 30 basic attention tokens in return if I get 10,000 subscribers this year. In simple words, the phrase, if this, then that, truly defines the functioning of smart contracts. Here, if this is when you get 10,000 subscribers, and then that is giving 30 basic attention tokens. And this is the best part of smart contracts. It allows token switching, which is a roller coaster for all-day traders or investors. Suppose you wish to buy a coin which is not available on a significant platform like Coinbase. What you can do is buy the ones that are available and swap them later on decentralized exchanges for the tokens you want. Smart contracts are most widely used in creating liquidity pools. Here, pools of money are created, which allows a trader to switch from one token to another. The liquidity pool starts with a ratio of 50-50. So, if you are trading 1 Ethereum for basic attention tokens, the volume of Ethereum supplied to the pool increases, which hikes the price of basic attention tokens. This is just a brief of how liquidity pool works. And if you're curious to dive deep into this, you can check out our recent video on liquidity pools. That video will give more clarity. Moving on, we can also write a contract where to a certain address, people could donate Ethereum, and in return, after it reaches the target, say 1,000 Ethereum, we can give them NFTs or invite them to join a community. Now, you might be wondering what the purpose of smart contracts is. There are endless applications of smart contracts, but amongst all of them, 2 features make it stand out. Number 1. Smart contracts are immutable. Like I said, smart contracts get triggered when if the condition is met, so these cannot be changed. Changing the code is out of the box since it's on the blockchain. This can be inefficient in case there are any bugs. But on the downside, the problem can be solved by creating a new smart contract. And all you have to do is just give a prior intimation asking people not to use the previous one. It might sound gruesome, but this happens often. And it's easy. Number 2. No discrepancies. If and when certain conditions are met, the agreement drafted between a few online parties is to be executed. Knowing these nuances, you can claim that it wasn't a formal agreement. In such an allegation, hiring a lawyer is entirely vain. There is no room for discrepancies since these smart contracts are accessible to anyone, anywhere in the world. Just because it's a bunch of computer code, you can't argue that it's not an agreement. Now, you might think these are all the downside of this technology, but you'd be baffled by the power it holds in the present world. Let's look into some benefits to get the hang of it, shall we? Number 1. Accuracy, speed, and efficiency. Since whenever a condition is met, the contract is executed. This saves a lot of time since it's automated. This is completely digitized and efficient. The old school process of paperwork is not needed. Choosing this will be a wise option since it's the best alternative to eliminate human errors. Number 2. Trust and transparency. Since no third party is involved and participants share encrypted transaction logs, there is no need to worry about data being altered for personal advantage. Number 3. Security. Blockchain transaction records are exceedingly hard to attack since they are encrypted. Additionally, hackers would need to alter the entire chain in order to alter a single record on a distributed ledger, because each entry is connected to the entries that came before and after it. Number 4. Savings. So, what is more valuable? Time or money? If you think it's money, then hear me out. Naval Ravikant says, you're spending time to save money when you should be spending money to save time. But smart contracts save both time and money. This is why many organizations are now heading towards using blockchain for business. They can now prepare standard web interfaces and other online tools like templates to make the structuring of smart contracts seamless. With its peculiar feature of automation, execution is done in a flick of a second. So now all the users can know the outcome as soon as possible. In other words, smart contracts do away with the need for transaction intermediaries. Alright, now that we are at the end of the video, let's address the questions swirling in your brain. Like I said, it is very much possible to borrow $15 million with no down payment. This process is known as a flash loan. This holds immense power because you can borrow millions, get your work done, and pay it back using smart contracts. You just have to know how to code to do this in the Ethereum network. Now you might be baffled hearing why in the hell you would pay back millions instantly in the first place. So here's the catch. Let's take the example of Dogecoin. Suppose, let's say Dogecoin is trading at $0.70 on Gemini and $0.80 on Coinbase. You can literally buy Dogecoin on Gemini and sell it on Coinbase. Theoretically, you can book a huge profit if you can invest millions in doing so. Suppose, you borrow $20 million, buy tons of Dogecoins on Gemini, and sell it on Coinbase. After this, you can pay back the loan amount. You can earn big bucks in the form of profit, and your only cost would be the little interest you pay on the loan amount. And all of this process is automatically done by the smart contract. It will help the borrowing and paying back the loan. Now if you get practical for a minute, this would be almost impossible to execute in a traditional market. But in blockchain, smart contracts can make it possible. That's the kicker in the smart contracts. We think it was super helpful for you to understand this topic. Anyway, this is only for informative purposes. Remember, it is not any financial advice, so we recommend you do your own research. And this brings us to the end of today's video. If you have enjoyed it, consider leaving a like and subscribe to get more intriguing concepts simplified. Don't forget to drop your comments. See you in the next one. Bye!